How we're going, people? Just finished training. A couple of layers of clothes on. It's a bit cold here in the barn. Just want to make a little video just for all you dads, husbands, if you've got girlfriends, etc. Obviously this COVID-19 is getting very serious and we're isolated away in, you know, very tight spaces. So right, if your old woman's giving you a little bit of mouth and you try to be patient, you try to be calm, cool, but out of the 7th day or 6th day, shall I say, you're just about to explode. All of a sudden she's coming at you now, spitting a bit of venom in your face, ready to say something. You may have left the dishes out, you may have, I don't know what you've done, but you've upset her. So as she comes in, she's coming at you and you've lost it, just keep it safe with the hands. So as she comes in, she's just about to say something, all of a sudden you explode, BAM! On the chin. Yeah, so you've hit her on the chin. At this time, she may flash and see white thinking, what's just happened? Has he done it? I can't believe this. Whoa, what's happened? She don't know what's happened. She's in a state of horror at the minute. She don't know what's gone on. You know, that flash has come. You know, and all of a sudden, you just dip down on that knee, and spring up. So you finish her off. Bam! That should do the trick. That should do the trick. So if you remember that first, just to make her delusional, she don't know what's happened, then it's a little dip of that, and then whip, follow it up. So you just spring into that, and that should do the trick.
Billy Joe Saunders under fire from the public and many rights groups for promoting a video suggesting that men during this quarantine abuse their wives and girlfriends if they get annoying. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Make sure you smash the like button. Also subscribe to the channel for the latest and greatest in boxing if you want to become part of the gang. Notification gang, please hit the bell icon. Shout out to the super chat, channel donations, the Venmo donations, and the Patreon family. We working. Sign up for ESPN Plus below using my link. It does help the channel. When you guys click on that link, you can get ESPN Plus during this quarantine, which may help you if you're bored, you want some additional content. ESPN Plus has stuff even when they're not running live shows per se. So a lot of docuseries, documentaries, and shows for you to catch up. They have some classic fights. They just added Wilder versus Fury Part 2. And some other. If you would like to sign up, click on that link. You can also, if you don't want to just do the individual ESPN standalone app, you can bundle it with ESPN Plus, Hulu, and Disney Plus. All three of those apps, $12.99 a month, and get your quarantine on with some content. And it does help the channel when you guys click on that in such a phenomenal way. So appreciate y'all. Now let's get into the subject at hand, what you guys clicked on the video for. It says Billy Joe Saunders apologizes for video giving advice on hitting women, The Guardian. You know, this could be reported and is being reported, not just through them, but a ton of different people. Billy Joe Saunders apologizes, advice hitting women. And a lot of these are UK. You know, they put a picture of OJ and it says, bam on the chin, boxer Saunders apologized for advice on hitting women. BJ Penn talked about it, his website, apologizes for, you know, this is Reuters, you know, Associated Press. So this is actually a thing. And says WBO super middleweight world champion Billy Joe Saunders apologized on Sunday for a video in which he advised men how to hit their female partners during the coronavirus lockdown. In the video, the 30-year-old British boxer threw punches at a bag in his barn, saying, "This is how men could manage, quote, if your old woman is giving you mouth. As she comes in, she's just about to say something. All of a sudden, you explode. Bam!" Saunders said in the video while demonstrating how to hit her on the chin and finish her off. But after outrage on Twitter, with some calling for Saunders to be banned from the sport. The boxer then apologized and clarified he did not condone men hitting women. Quote, "I would never condone domestic violence, and if I saw a man touch a woman, I would smash him to pieces," he said on Twitter. "Apologies if I offended any woman." I mean, that's just stupid. You know, a lot of people don't apologize until they get caught. Like, you know, it'd be a serial killer or something, and they were remorseful because they got caught. You know, how are you going to say apologies if I offended any women, but you look like you have your phone or whatever recording device on some type of stand or tripod or whatever, and you decided to put out this garbage video on your own free will? Like, this is not like you were with your boys and there was a hidden camera or something, you didn't know you're being filmed and you were joking like, "Oh man, then you hit the bitch like bup bup bup." You know, this is something you decided would be funny, or this would ruffle feathers, or whatever purpose of even recording this. Said this was not his first brush with social media controversy. Saunders was fined £100, $125,000 in 2018, which I talked about on my live stream when I talked about this, by the British boxing BBBFC for posting a video in which he offered a woman drugs to perform a sex act on another person. You know, and he also offered there's like a crackhead or some homeless woman who, you know, fell upon hard times. He offered him money to punch a random person. And it said the latest video that came to notice after being circulated on WhatsApp comes amid rising concerns about an increase in domestic violence during the corona lockdown. Britain's Interior Minister Patel, writing in the Mail on Sunday newspaper, acknowledged isolation measures may leave victims of abuse feeling vulnerable and made clear anyone at risk could leave their home despite the restrictions. So, sounds like a ridiculous thing for Billy Joe Saunders to be involved with, and he's apologizing. So that goes to show you this is not good. I will play the video at the end and you guys be the judge of what you think. I just feel like Billy Joe Saunders, and it's funny to me because this is what the UK, by and large, a lot of people, they condone this. Like, I made a video earlier, Tyson Fury was doing the live. Look, these guys are buddies. There's Tyson Fury, there's Billy Joe Saunders, two known boxing gypsies. And, you know, I'm not segregating and saying all gypsy people are like this, but these two particular that roam around, you know, one calls himself the Gypsy King and known gypsies, you know, they're always involved in some stuff. Like, people are looking at Tyson Fury's gloves, it looks tampered with. The glove looks like his hand's not fitted properly. It's not laced properly. We can see that. Many fighters have said that. His glove's bending it like Beckham and bending backwards. And then in the midst of all of this, right, he gets accused of basically not having an alibi because a farmer who testified on behalf under oath said, "Yo, I really didn't supply them the wild boar meat. I don't know where they got it." Years later, it's always something. And the same thing with Billy Joe Saunders. He had this situation where he was taunting some homeless person who was in the streets on drugs and offering them drugs and money to hit people and perform sex acts. And he thinks this stuff is funny, and it's just giving people a bad name in the gypsy community if this is your representation and this is what they're deciding to do. So for whatever reason, Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders cannot stay away from drama, and you wouldn't have had nothing to apologize about if you didn't release this video. And this was a video, like I said, it's not like Tiger King or something where you just have a camera following you at all times, so whatever pops off, pops off. Like, you chose to film this idiotic video in the times we're in, and you thought it would be whatever, humorous or whatever you did it for, and you put it out there, and you know how that was going to be received. It wasn't going to be received well, and for whatever reason you did it. Now you have to apologize. And this funny how old media tries to sweep this stuff under the rug as well. Once again, I love my channel. I love my supporters. I love the people that are rocking with the movement, because now, especially in recent times, we get to see with this Rona situation and lockdown, there's very little brand new news to cover in terms of there's no fight outcomes. There's no announcements to new fights. We don't know how long this is going to last. And yet and still, even though despite a lack of news, big news like this, you don't hear about it. Like, how are websites only talking about Billy Joe Saunders' response and his saying sorry, but they're not posting the video and they're not talking about it before he has to apologize? You know, just like Tyson Fury and the wild boar pig farmer, you know, they're not posting the actual Daily Mail, which kicked this off, interview that Martin Carefoot did and giving his side of the story. They're only posting when Frank Warren denies it, or if a boxer says, oh, I don't understand Glovegate, it doesn't make sense to me. That's the stuff that old media promotes. So you guys get to see what it is, and you see who's real in this game, and it's us, new media. Only dudes moving numbers in Pimp Juice and us. Every time a fighter with the complexion for the protection seems to do something, it gets swept under the rug and nobody's supposed to know about it. You know, Billy Joe Saunders, you have to go through like damn near the dark web to try to figure out these news clippings because they try their best to not report them, you know. But let it be Deontay Wilder, let it be Gervonta Tank Davis. In fact, Tank Davis had the recent situation where he was at a basketball game or whatever, and he pulled the girl out the seat and like looked like he was scolding her. They were quick to make videos about that. They're quick to talk about it. They're quick to call Tank Davis a woman beater. This is what they do to the black athlete and the black fighter and just black people in general. You know, it's clearly not an even playing field. Listen, whatever you feel about Tank from that video, that's your opinion, but keep it all the way consistent, right? He's scolding his baby mom or whatever, and looks like he's escorting her out of the, you know, the play area in her seat, and they can't wait to talk about it. But Billy Joe Saunders does a video for no reason. And see, this is the thing, and I'm not saying like DV is not right. You know, putting your hands on a woman ain't right to begin with. Like, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what the situation, you got to control your temper. But the thing in the Tank situation, you know, you could say, oh, he's foolish, he's a champion, he has to act like one, etc. And I'm good with that. You know, it's, if you're giving fair criticism, it's fair criticism. Sometimes these fighters need to hear it. But Tank, at the very least, wasn't the one out there recording. He don't know. I mean, he has to assume that cameras are rolling, right? But he's just being filmed as he's in the middle of, you know, losing his cool or whatever, right? This man, Billy Joe Saunders, took it upon himself to post a video, however it got out, and send it to people or upload it, and then it received backlash. Like, so you basically, you Tekashi 6ix9ine yourself. You snitch on yourself. You know, if you had these thoughts about how to handle women and stuff, nobody would have known it. Nobody would have known at all. And you released the video on yourself. You told on yourself. He told on himself. That is just foolish. That's just foolish. Like, again, I'm not condoning like Ray Rice situation, but those situations, that's just a surveillance camera, and Tank situation, that's just cameras following you and cameras watching you. This man feels so above the law that he posts the video knowing it's gonna get criticism, knowing we're in troubled times where, you know, the stuff he talking about, people are just worried about their lives and their safety in general with this virus that's spreading, and you just feel this is the thing to do, this is what you should do with your time, and then now you try to apologize and said, oh, if I see somebody hit a woman, then I would smash him to bits. If that's your true intention, like I said, I don't believe it, because if that's your true intention, why did you even put this video out? You know, that's like me like joking about me tooing the chick and then getting in trouble in the hot seat, and then I'm like, oh, if I seen anyone me tooing the chick, then I would smash them to pieces. Then why did you do this? And like, really, real talk in the video, there was no indication that he was joking. Like he was just showing. He's like, oh yeah, she comes forward and bam, bam. You doing it like this shit is cute. Knowing the times we live in, knowing you got to be more PC, and knowing you're on the verge of a potential Canelo fight. It's just foolish. It's foolish all the way around. You're a champion. conduct yourself as such. Why would you risk your Canelo money by getting involved in some type of controversy where people don't want to watch you fight? Or like, you know, even if nothing happened, like from a sanctioning body or whatever, and you like the rights groups that are going to come out and come for you because they get a wind of this stuff that you've said, right? Aside from that, why would you want people to not root for you in that way? You know what I'm saying? Like not even want to see your fight because you just said some foolish stuff that really we all could have done without, you know? And shout out, I got to give props to Canelo because you never really see him. He acts like a champion, bro. You know, he keeps his weight in check, makes his weight. I can't remember the last time Canelo had to weigh in naked or things like that. You know, he did fail a drug test with the clenbuterol. Says it was a meat, but aside from just demeanor and maturity and how he acts, you don't see Canelo ever do this. Like Canelo, that I know, I never see Canelo involved in a lot of controversies. And you know, people would love to talk about Canelo and have some dirt or some chisme, some gossip on Canelo, but he conducts himself as a true professional, and it makes you respect it. And he's the A side, and you got this fool Billy Joe Saunders, who's the B side, and you could potentially mess up your bag just doing some stupid shit. You know, it's like Tyson Fury and Billy Joe Saunders really reminded me of the not the Gypsy King, but the Tiger King. You know, they're not reminding me of Gypsy Kings. They're reminding me of Tiger King. You had a good thing going and you start getting too far off and feeling yourself too much or whatever, and you just don't know how to act. Like Tiger King acting like a hillbilly, and he's incriminating himself, and it's just, you know, it's a crazy story. It's on Netflix. You guys go watch it. It's just like you putting yourself in bad positions when you had a good thing potentially going, you know, and that's what I see with Billy Joe Saunders and his friend Tyson Fury right now. And people want me to believe, oh, these guys are honest, earnest workers and they're Christians and they would never do nothing wrong. Why are they always involved in some stuff? And again, I'm going to keep talking about it. How come the double standard exists where Billy Joe Saunders, he could do all this stuff and just apologize, yet Tank Davis and Floyd Mayweather, they're just some women beaters. Marcus Brown, you know, they're just women beaters. But Kovalev and Billy Joe Saunders, they got the complexion for the protection, huh? And they could just say whatever, do whatever. You know, Kovalev's acted on his impulses according to his victims, right? Oscar De La Hoya, he could get DUIs and have like Me Too cases, and his old promoter, Tattoo, is suing him. All this stuff gets swept under the rug, but let it be a black fighter and you don't hear the end of it. It's like, you guys like this guy? Mayweather? He beat up his wife! You know, all this extra shit. All nothing but Ruben Guerrero stuff. And once again, these are the people we're supposed to trust. We're supposed to trust that Tyson Fury is an honest lad and Billy Joe Saunders, but they keep getting involved in weird controversies, and a lot of them could be avoided. Just Google Tyson Fury. Like, Google Tyson Fury comments on women. Look. Independent. This is UK media, so you can't say, oh, it's your bloody Yanks, your biased Yanks, right? Tyson Fury's sexist and homophobic remarks would make him the most undeserving BBC sports personality of the year. So he was on the verge of, winning this or being the personality of the year. He gets involved in the controversy saying homophobic and sexist remarks to people, you know? You know, and then he does, and then people start coming down on him. Now he don't want to talk about it. You know, he said women belong in the kitchen. Tyson Fury, look, it's always something. Tyson Fury apologizes for comments regarding gay people and women. You know, and this is, you want me to believe this is just joking? Look, meet Tyson Fury, the homophobe sexist. Look, and this is. Birds of a feather flock together. The boxer says his critics can suck my balls after 50,000 people signed a petition for him not to be considered BBC Sports Personality of the Year. You see what I'm saying? It's just like, it's all, He said there are only 3 things that need to be accomplished before the devil comes home. One of them is homosexuality being legal in countries. One of them is abortion. The other is pedophilia. Who would have thought in the 50s and 60s that the first 2 would be legalized? Right? And he said all this stuff about women need to be in the kitchen. And it's just crazy. And this is, they're proud gypsies, and they're people, gypsies who have made it to the point where they've made millions of dollars. And this is what you see when you type in their names in certain keywords. Billy Joe Saunders. Saunders apologizes for giving advice on how to beat women. You know, it's just, this is just insane behavior. And once again, it's funny to see that the UK, they act like they're cool with this. A lot of the UK fans. So to me, you're complicit in this too. You guys encourage this behavior. UK media encourages this behavior, and you don't get on your people when they do stuff wrong. And then you want people to talk about, you dare say Americans are biased, and, you know, want me to make several videos about Gervonta Davis or Adrian Broner every time Adrian Broner gets arrested. And you got the nerve to call someone biased. Man, checkmate. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxing Ego, the future of boxing.